All right, let's get started. Ministry Revealed has come out with a concept that he's found in the Bible that looks pretty legitimate. I've made a little graph. I love graphs, uh, timelines, because I'm a visual type of a person. I need to see it on paper. Uh, According to him, and basically from what I hear him saying, it looks like it's going to be a 14-year tribulation, not a 7-year. Now, he is a dispensationalist Christian, which means that the Bible is for all of us. Every word in the Bible is for all of us. However, it's not speaking to all of us. When God wrote the Bible, you have to really want to study it and understand it to see where he's pointing towards certain things. For example, I looked up years ago, can we know the date of the end of the world? And all of those verses that I found point towards yes. Amos 3:7, of course, is the biggest one, where it says that he won't hide anything. He'll reveal everything to us. He's not. Other ones say that he's not the author of confusion. So, with that in mind, we can't be like running around going, "Oh, we don't know the date of the end of the world," because who was he talking to when he said it? So I have a timeline. First of all, I don't have a date. Ministry Revealed is believing that it's on January the 23rd, which is 70 years. Let's see if I can get that in there. 70 years. I don't know if you can zoom in or not. Terrible quality here. But it's 70 years from when Jerusalem became the capital, exactly. And Dr. Barry Oz came out with one that is the fact that the celestial things show that the date was wrong for the beginning of the year, or for what is it? I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, they were off by a month, 28 days. So his is on, I believe, the 18th in 2 more days. So I'm looking up every day. So I'm excited. One of these guys are going to be right. They can definitely peel the layers of this Bible back much better than I can. At any rate, so the reason for the 14 years, I'm just going to explain it in terms that I understand. It took me a while to understand what Ministry Direct was getting to, and now that I do, it's like a light came on. So, first, bride is taken to heaven, to the third heaven. That's in Luke. Second, the church and the tribulation saints are going to be taken, which is the Jews, is going to be taken after 7 years to paradise. And then 7 years later, or a full 6 years, I think, on the 7th year. So it'll be right there. This church, the Holy Seat is coming down. So when you see the passage in Psalms 90:10, let me find it real quick. Wish I was as astute with this as they are. Psalms 90:10. Guess I should have had this open before I got started. There we go. Psalms 90:10. The days of our years are 80 years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80 years. Yet in their strength and labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Fly away. We fly away. What did I just say? I said we fly away. I said the bride is going to be raptured after 7 years. The church and the tribulation saints and the Jews were going to be raptured. They're going to fly away. They're going to go up to heaven. Who's he speaking to during that 7-year period? He's speaking to the bride, and he's speaking to the tribulation saints. Nobody else. We got 7 years on our own, but the Bible talks about 14 years, which is kind of cool. We know that there's too many examples, like in Genesis 29:18. Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, wound up with Leah. 7 more years. He worked for 7. He worked for 7 more years to get Leah, and then 6 more years for the cattle. Genesis 41 is where he had the dream. He had the dream twice about 7 years of feast and 7 years of famine. Why didn't we have 3.5 years and 3.5 years of feast and famine, or 3.5 years for Leah and Rachel? Because it's 14 years. That's why. You don't need to worry about it, though. If you're the bride, you're going away. You're going to fly away, just like it says in 90:10. If you are a tribulation saint, let's say you don't believe quite yet, or some people actually want to be here for that period of time. I can't fathom why I don't want to be here. Too many medical conditions to make it through 14 years. So that's my spiel. You need to accept Christ. Go into a closet quietly by yourself and kneel down and accept Christ. You have to know that salvation is eternal. It is permanent. It's not something you can gain and lose and win back again. Some people who think they're saved because they did something aren't actually saved. That's what the Bible's talking about, losing your salvation. Just like the rich man, he wouldn't give it up. He thought he was saved. He's walking around, oh, look at me. You know, I'm saved. I've done everything perfect since my childhood. Jesus saw right through that. He called himself saved. To be calling yourself saved and to actually be saved are two completely different things. They're not the same thing. Humble yourself and know and trust that God is the only one that can do it. You cannot do it. There's nothing you can do. It's a free gift. I mean, one drop of every time, just think about every time we ask for salvation, the punishment that God had to endure on the cross. That's a harsh reality. So I just want you to think about that. I would like, if anybody has a comment, I'd like to fill in this 14-year chart. These guys, though, if you want to watch something that really, these guys, Dr. Barry and Ministry Revealed, these guys I watch everything they put out. It's brilliant and it's amazing. And the Bible is not a book written by some old dude, 2,000, 3,000 years ago. It is written by God, and it is perfect. There's so many things that I've asked over the years is why does Matthew, Mark, and Luke not have the same stuff in it? Read the 3 passages, the 3 Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Read them, and you'll notice they're different. Why? Why are they different? Those 3 guys were there. Matthew, Mark, and Luke were there with Jesus. Why would they get the color of the robe wrong? How did that happen? Why are they talking about different events? Why is the time on the cross that they say is he's in the room having the Passover feast with the 12 disciples? Why is that all different? It is different because Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Luke is for the bride. When the Bible says that before she travailed, she delivered, that's the bride. When the Bible says she travailed greatly and then delivered, that's the tribulation saints. And then nobody else is going. Nobody else is going to heaven. But those who stayed and endured through the 14 years, they're going to see the holy city coming down to earth. They're going to see Jesus and all of I don't know if it's the bride or if it's tribulation saints, but they're going to see them coming back on horses and defeating evil once and for all. And everybody who made it through all that, and refused the mark, those people are going to witness the city coming down here to earth. So each one of us has our own. For example, if you're a married man and you have children and you love your wife and you're home every day, you don't want to become an international like traveler. You don't. You don't want to do it. But you need an international traveler. If you're an international traveler and you go all over the world and you see everything and you do everything, you don't want to be stuck home with a wife and kids. You are exactly where you want to be. You've gone through exactly what you want to go through. Me, I'm a married man, 6 kids, and yeah, and I'm happy. I don't want to travel the world and do all that stuff, but I'm not upset that they do and that they don't want the life I've had. And same thing with this. Some of us want to be the bride. Some of us want to leave before the travail. Some of us want to stay here through the 7 years. I don't know why, but they do. That's on them. I don't know why a guy wants to travel the world. I don't know, and not be married and just be alone all the time. I don't know. I can't fathom that for myself, but those people can, and those people understand why they want to go through that. More power to them. Somebody has to. The Bible says they will. They're going to, you know. And then of course there's those who are just completely like hard-headed, but they figure it out and they won't receive the mark. That's a big deal, that mark. So if I've explained it like an average Joe would explain it, you know, like this video, and if it's completely confusing, which it probably is, this is what I understand, and I'm going to continue to study. I've read my Bible front, back, forward, and this and that, and I've spent a lot of years in it. But man, I'm a visual guy. I see it, words in a book, you know, in the Bible, and I see it, I understand it. I know all the stories. I know them all. I know the times and everything else, but I've got to see it on paper in order to completely understand what I'm looking at. And that's what I'm trying to fill in this timeline. Bride, 7 years and 7 years. But there's some 3.5-year things that happen in there that I need to get put down on this little timeline that I'm building. I'm actually doing it here, but I'm going to move it over to here once it's solidified. And who knows, maybe it doesn't matter, because all this stuff that's sitting here, somebody else might find it after I'm gone here in another week or so, and it's for them. This little studying that I've done, it's for them, because everything religious, YouTube and all that, they're going to yank it down the second the Christians are gone, or the bride is gone, I should say. All righty, YouTube. Have a good day. We'll talk with you later. Repo Man 64.